Hello everyone, welcome to more of the joy that is Napoleonic Wars, and it is the 33rd historical event. So, this first battle, stage 1, is the Battle of Fuentes de Noro. I've probably pronounced that completely wrong, but anyway, normal siege. And let's give you a bit of background. Currently besieging Almeida, the Anglo-Portuguese fight a defensive action to hold off the relief forces under Marshal Massena. His line is anchored in the centre by the village of Fuentes de Noro, a sprawling set of poor buildings with high ground to the rear. Any fighting on the tight streets and alleyways will, no doubt, result in hand-to-hand and be brutal. So that is the first battle, and here is Fuentes de Noro, and we get a little reset in there, and this is what they're going to be fighting. So let's tell you about the teams. United Kingdom versus the French. In this particular battle, you can see the 32nd and the 33rd on the United Kingdom side. And opposing them are quite a number. You can see there the 2nd Regiment, the 1st BG, the KHJ, the 70th, and HMS Renown in there as well. Fine ship goings on. The VG, of course, we remember. And many, many others in there. The 1Y as well. So, firing in the charge and reloading in the charge is permitted. And here are the defensive forces of the British Army. Filthy Mesler, 33rd Fusilier. And here you can see already taking pot shots at the approaching forces. And you can see these walls quite low. Hochmeister, fine fifage from him. And here they come, charging across the bridge. Catching Aztecas, I think that's how you pronounce it. HMS Renown, the captain. And you can see there also, there's Zia Caruco. And down he goes, shot to death by nearby Brits. And they're all fighting as the HMS Renown guys go in. And also you can see KHJ in there as well. And look, you've got Havenice going in for a bit stab, and a fine stab by Hav. Look at that, down he goes. He tries to attack from the side, and he's supported. It's Postcas from the KHJ, fighting for his survival against 2 Brits. Sadly, he falls, but they still continue to push forward. Look at this. Oh, it's the VG. And don't they look wonderful? There is Louis. Look at him set in that beautiful armour. Isn't that just glorious? Won't stop a bullet enough. Might give him a little bit of protection. And in go the VG, and it looks like they're losing some of their number. But here we go. This is the close quarters combat they were talking about earlier. As you can see, the Brits, members of the Black Watch and the Standard Foot Legion in there. And these guys, the 33rd, there's Enigma. And here, Corporal Alistair, nearly promoted him, going after the French attackers. And you can see them here fighting, and bodies strewn all over the entrance. But the French reinforcements are on their way. And they've got to fight for survival. There's Jonty of the 33rd, Lieutenant. And now they're trying to bolster the defensive position. There's Sir Toby from the LGY going in for a stab. And a grab, and sadly he was stabbed himself. And look at this, they're breaking down the defences. And a sneaky person round the side, it's Johnny from the KHJ. And there's Havenice coming in on the side again. Very, very sneaky goings on here from the French, and down goes DJ Havenice. So, Victor Meyer still trying to get one of those guys over the top of the wall. And these guys, look at this engineering work from veteran and Miko. We ain't a veteran anymore, sorry Miko. The commentator's camera curse has done it again. So they continue to fight. 6 minutes left on the clock. In comes Lecause, Sergeant. Grenadier Sergeant, I believe. And down he goes. Suddenly demoted with a 17-inch long bayonet. Here is Louis. Bringing the other members down goes Acres. And Vasquez in there as well. From the first. Look at these guys. Don't they look fantastic? Oh, the commander goes down. Brutally ambushed by Ulrich, Sergeant Major of the 33rd. But the rest of his forces continue to push. And this flank needs to be better defended. But you get guys like this jumping down the Adamek. Jumping down for a quick stab. And look at this. He's trying to stop that breach as best he can. Sadly, he was unsuccessful. As Mr. Joe Guy 99, he's got his back to the spikes. And he's being very careful. Very careful indeed. And he's going in for the quick stab. Can he get it against his French opponent? He does. He succeeds and moves on. And it looks like they've managed to hold this central point by the skin of their teeth. And the Imperial Eagles are picked up by the British Army as they regroup. Oh my God, look at the state of this. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Look at the state of this fort. It's just not good enough. There's just not enough cleaning. I mean, there's no dusting going on. And I don't know, the maid's probably going to die of overwork. Maid, please make up this fort. But never mind. Oh my God, French people. Here come more. Flag holder of the fine tricolor. The Imperial Eagle mounted on top is Gomez. Could be the reserve for the first BG. And he's dodging to try and keep the flag out of the hands of the hated Brits. Can he make it? And this is fine dodging as the reinforcements arrive. Fine flag waving by Gomez. Glorious stuff. Supported by Desacre. Romuald from the VG. Oh, he's about to get attacked and he returns with a stab. Does get shot by the nearby defenders as more French people come pouring in. Colonel Grayler of the 1st supporting his teammates. More French then continue to push in as men fall side by side in the corridors. Oh, it's an attack from the side. Another attack from the side by the dastardly French. And Grayler is felled by a bayonet stab to the bonce. So they continue to defend. Doesn't seem to have had a lot of attacks down here. I'm sure Riley and Ace and Silver quite pleased. Well, it's a Marine. Hello, sailor. So the French are continuing to essentially make the most. Well, some of them are. Oh my God, they shot a drummer. That's just not on. They're making the most as they can of this particular weakness in the defence. I mean, you know, you step over the wall. I have to say it's not exactly the best of defensive walls, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, the tricolor is still held. There's Gomez holding the tricolor. He's placed it down so he can defend it. There we go, it's down. And he's 1v1ing with Gentleman from the 33rd. And down he goes. The tricolor has been lost. Oh dear. He's not going to be happy about that. Gomez will be pissed. Up on the top. Ulrich fighting for survivor. Here is Gargamel. Not supported by any Smurfs. Disappointing turnout of the French Smurfs, I have to say. But who's this fine livery? Major Gen Peter Parlin from the 2Y. Doesn't he look glorious? Supported by other members of the 2Y and the 1Y. And you can see them trying to get over these walls. They're just a little bit of a high obstacle. They have to jump up on top. Oh dear. Unk having a problem. There we go. He gets his leg over. Yeah, I know what I meant. So the French continue to push. And they're making their way. Look at this. The British defence. Where the flag remains. The Jack flying defiantly against the French hordes. And speaking of French hordes, well, actually it's more of a horde of Scotsmen, really, to be honest. A shower of Scots. That's what the a plural of Scottish people is. A shower of Scots. We'll do it that way. Rebellion K from the 32nd, looking to defend the right flank of the city, because it's not really a fort, but not really when they've got walls that high. No, not really a fort. Never mind. The left flank being pushed, and in the middle here, defensive goings on. There's Farrog. Oh dear, another man goes down. There's Domalis with the 2nd Regiment. And they're continuing to shoot at the Brits. So, let's see what's going on. Let's look at these Brits streaming back. You can see them now starting to regroup by the flag. As the French, I think it's fair to say, quite categorically taken most of the city. A few Brits in pockets of defensive positions, trying desperately to hold the line. The members of the HMS Renown and the 33rd, but the Kingdom of Great Britain defended the fort in time. Welcome to Stage 2. Fuentes Denorio rescuing the 7th Division. And this is an objective siege. So, let me tell you about it. On the British right flank, the Light Division executes a fighting retreat against the enemy cavalry to save the cut-off 7th Division. Amidst the confusion, the Horse Artillery Battery is caught off guard and almost captured. A consignment of the infantry is close by, however, and attempt to retrieve the cannon and lead them to safety. So, here you can see the forces spread across. And look at this fine line. God, don't they, these guys look fantastic. With cannons. And you can see the support of this regiment. Riding the horsey, it is Rebellion K, Lance Bombardier. And the French will respawn indefinitely. Oh, Nelly. Yeah, this is going to be a 12 change of underwear trip, I think, under the circumstances. So, let's see if we can find out where their objective is. Because they will have to get it to the flag. So, they will be fighting against cavalry and troops. And this is going to be the problem for them. You can see there the army bunching up. The cavalry of the French army scooting around the area, moving up towards the hills. Maybe the church up there on the hill. Listen to that thundering noise of the cavalry. And here we go. The 33rd with Lieutenant Colonel Nigel and Napoleon blown apart. Oh, what a fantastic name. I love it, Napoleon there. Meek all in there as well. And these guys trying to get some lucky kills maybe onto the cavalry. Oh, heavens, look at these guys. The VG, led by Louis and René Julien. Sounds like the guy who's the car stunt driver. Or is that? No, that's not René, that's Remy Julien. Anyway, oh my goodness. The cavalry's charging in onto the artillery. Oh, splat into one of the cannons. Oh dear, he's crashed into the cannons. They're going for the cannon man. Oh dear, that's a massive crash. And flying over the top. Surrounded, and they're defending as best they can. The cavalry comes under fire. And murderization is occurring. Oh, there's horse crashing occurring. Down goes Major Hugo down. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Oh, nice kill indeed, sir. But sadly, the United Kingdom fell. Oh, goodness, look at this. The Black Watch. No, down goes the bagpiper. And overwhelmed by the sheer number of cavalry. Well, not all of them. Fine murderization occurring there. And there's always one left, and it's poor old Paul. He's left on his own, no horse. And now you can see the cavalry moves on to try and butcher the next section. And there's Captain Mancy of the 2nd Regiment. The bombardier's been taken down. However, could it have been a holding operation there by the British? Oh, a classic distraction. But the question is, how soon will it be before the French twig what has been going on? So they sacrificed one cannon to preserve the general situation. But looking ahead, we see some fine members of the British Army, complete with Night Stalker on the horse. And the other cannon over here with the geysers. Look at that dust in the background. The cavalry just focusing their attention all over that area. Uh-oh. The dust is rising in the background. The cavalry is inbound. And you can see now, there we go. The defenders turn. Ready to hold them back. This is going to be a fight. Look at this. The cavalry moving around to one side. Trying to see if they can hide their approach. But defensive forces. A fine line coming in. Look at this double line. Loveliness from the 33rd regulation. And they're trying to take out as many of those cavalry as they can. It's a classic pincer movement. Cavalry style. One section on the left. Going after the cannon. Over on the far left-hand side here. Oh, look at that. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, dear. Down goes Ragnar. And the horse is being dropped by this cannon defensive position. And look at that. Encabo being cut to pieces. Night Stalker surviving by the skin of his teeth. More cavalrymen continue to float around the area. And the cannons make it to the top of the hill. But look at this. The cavalry still floating around. And they're coming in for an attack onto this British cannon position. And they're going to get a few people barged to floor. This is going to be nasty. Any horse crashes occur, people are going to get taken down very quickly indeed. And look at these guys defending the position as best they can. And he gets off the horse in order to get a good musket so he can defend himself. And one horseman remains. Or two horses remain. Look at that. And a fine murderization occurring. It is Vepreva Andre of the 2Y. Picking up the jack. He's taken the jack. And now you can see British reinforcements and a fine shot into one of the cavalrymen. Here's Curlew from the VG. He's crashed his horse. And he's very managed to dodge that bullet. He's got to watch out. Barging people left, right and centre. Down he goes. Is he going to get murdered? He is brutally murdered before he can get off the floor. And here is the cannon under the keen eye of Enigma UK of the 33rd. And they've made it with one of the cannons to the fort. Two of the cannons, I stand corrected. And there's another horse falling. But what? Look at these bodies everywhere. Oh, this is just brutal for the cavalry. Here is Captain Mancy and other members of the CI. Look at this. 2nd Regiment. And they're taking pot shots. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Defensive position. The Black Watch looking to defend. Oh, look at that. How awesome is that? Colonel LePage, it's the VG. God damn, these guys know how to do their formations. Just glorious. Okay. All right, so Alexandre just ruined it completely. Oh, Alexandre. Damn it. But they've got another cannon here. Rebellion has made it through. Supported by the 32nd. And the bagpipery. And the VG. Oh, these guys are so well drilled. It's beautiful to watch. Look at them. Just glorious. Love them to bits. So good. And here, Captain Alistair, Corporal Alistair, sorry, I keep doing that. And other members of the 2nd Regiment. The survivors, the 70th. And more of the 33rd. And over here, HMS Renown. Making their way up to the hill with the artillery pieces. And yet cavalry still continues to float around, and they've gone in for another attack. Look at this. And now they're getting cut to pieces. The Black Watch suffering the indignity of more cavalry. The KHJ Victor Major defending himself. Oh, he's barged to the floor. Fantastic stuff. Oh no, we just lost Victor. As the attempt by the cavalry to stop the attack was unsuccessful. And look at these guys. Just brilliant. I love it. And we're on to the next map. And we return with stage 3. This is storming. Now, if I pronounce this wrong, I apologize. Cuidad Rodrigo, or Cuidad Rodrigo, anyway. The point is, to gain entrance to Spain, this huge fortified city must be taken. And the fresh French corps is regrouping in Spain. The siege cannot be drawn out. The fort must be taken by storm, whatever the losses that are incurred. So, this, well, bits of it are the fort. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? And in case you're wondering, your eyesight's not going. This is, in fact, night time. See, look, there's the moon. Ooh, ah. Ah. So, here we go. Oh, look. It's a Frenchman with a cannon. Major General Peter Palin. And look. Through the defensive positions. And here we go. They're going to be charging. Look at this. The Brits charging through against the defending Frenchmen. Down goes a few people. As Major Artemis seems somewhat damaged. And look at this. The guys being cut down as they make their way across. And they're trying to make their way up to the rubbleized area. And the Brits are losing numbers, but they may have enough to get up the hill. Down goes Lewis, not Lewis. Or Louis, not Lewis. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Oh, dear. I think he's going to get demoted for shooting his commanding officer. But to be fair, I think his commanding officer stood in front of him. But never mind. And so, it's a siege. After the charge, you can see now, the attackers will have unlimited lives. The defenders will have 5. So this is the charge onto the fort. The Brits now spreading out along the walls. Getting their way down into the houses below. And now going up against the enemy. Colonel LePage, of course. Okay, the ex-Colonel LePage. The commentator's curse, the camera curse again. Sorry, LePage. Never mind. Gentlemen from the 33rd. As you can see. Fine bombardier army. Or uniform, I should say. As these guys. They're going to have to start blocking off the areas. Who's this defending? It's the 1Y. Down goes Yakovka. As following up, there's Gentleman. He returns with a kill into Bad Sister PRP. He's got to watch out because he's sneaking round the corner. Gentleman being very, very sneaky. Look at this. Very ninja-like is Gentleman. As the battle still continues, the question is, will this entry be defended? Oh, yes. And here is the objective. Knock, knock. Yep, they greeted him with a bullet. So Gentleman is currently stiff as a board. And now they've got to fight back against the British forces pouring into the fort. And this is going to be a tough battle. Oh, hello. Queenix recruit of the 1Y appears to be AFK. Could be a bad time for him. Yep, definitely was. As now you can see the French still trying to defend this position. Such a nasty position to defend. Quite open. But looks like the French are managing. Odakeo. Or Odasao. Oh, not anymore, he's not. Who's this fellow? It's Sergeant Max of the 33rd in with the sabre for a bit of slice and dice. Coming out from the spawn is the 1 yard. Down goes one of the enemy. Ironically, survivors just died. That's irony. And here, of the 1Y, Hussart trying to defend the position. The flag is down. Look at this up on the top. Members of the 1st BG. Colonel Grella. There's Francisco. And, oh my goodness, we'll call him Mr. Quez. And the Brits being cut to pieces. They make their way through the archway. You can see the naval flag remaining outside. But this can't be the only entrance, as the actress said to the bishop. What's this on the walls? The likes of Paul Q and Lactose. Seems very intolerant to the enemy. And Skelly getting ready to make his way up. Ouch! Well, that was a bit harsh. Oh, that's doubly harsh. As the members of the 33rd are charging onto the top of the wall. The battlements being defended ably by the likes of the 2Y. Fine artillery guard. And there's Doc Malleus defending as these bombardiers in the artillery section, the Royal Artillery, come flying in, trying to do the damage. Nice return of stab. And you can see Doc Malleus defending himself from 4 people. No way he'd be able to defend himself from all of them. And now, look at this, making their way up the 33rd. All the way to the top. And here is a nice mortar. Hello. So this will give them the advantage of being able to see around the entire fort. Definite height advantage. See down upon the enemy fighting on the battlements. The likes of this gentleman, Louis of the VG, gets his sword out, going in for that all-important stab. And look at that. Even though, I mean, this game has been on my channel, commentaries for this, since I started. And I never get tired of it. I love this. Just so great. And so many players playing it on such a regular basis. Just like, I think it's fair to say these guys have definitely got their money's worth out of Mount and Blade. Granted, I don't have the same amount of hours that people who play in the regiment do, but I think it's fair to say they definitely got what they paid for. Whoops-a-daisy. Down goes Louis, killed by one of his teammates. Oh dear. No chance of a medal for that man. Corporal Bang is shot, ironically. That's Colonel LePage. Sorry, it was Colonel LePage. Sadly, he is no more. He is the ex-Colonel LePage, currently residing somewhere as a corpse. But the French continue to push in. Their VG Sapeur Baptiste, I should say. And there's Baptiste again. Doc Malleus. And there is Delacolline. The Poor Gilet. I think that's how I pronounce it. Whoops-a-daisy. He's dead as a doornail. Oh dear. So, the French reinforcements are back on the fort. Look at this. The question is, can they hold? Oh my goodness, look at this. Yeah, that's poor old Nezel there, getting beaten up, being cyberbullied, but never mind. Oh no, we've lost Major Hugo from the 32nd. Anyway, look at this fine encampment here with the flags flying proudly. But the main castle, the main fort, being defended by the French. But the Brits are attacking the 33rd Fusilier, Filthy Mesler, and friends. Oh my goodness, there's Mechol. Oh dear. Oh, down goes Lance Corporal Rookie. No, that was LePage. Oh, fantastic there, and that stuttering occurring again. Very annoying indeed. It's kind of like I've got a bit of a shake. So, anyway, there you can see the 2Y Farrog defending himself. He's waiting for a cannon to become available so he can do some murderizing. And Victor Major, or Major. Oh, fine stab, sir. Another fine stab from Victor. From the KHJ men. And down goes Giacomo. And more stabbing occurring. Down goes Victor. He can't survive forever there. But the wall ably defended by some people. Monkey Chop. Looking for a target. Nobody near the ladder. The monkey goes in search of more bananas. Now, let's see if we can find out what's going on. We find this gentleman, Mr. Quez, from the 1st BG, supported by Pistolo. Oh my goodness, a flying Frenchman, look out, it's Vivar. And sadly, he doesn't fly very well. But Hochmeister of the 33rd, with the flag, kind of giving away his position, but trying to protect the guys who are going up that stairwell. Oh my goodness, flying French people! They've come in for a sudden attack! Oh dear, survivor didn't survive. Oh, the irony. And they got ambushed. Sadly. Hello. Oh dear. So. Oh dear. Tried to recruit people that are already in a regiment in the middle of an event. That's cheeky. However, Night Stalker and friend, it's Gambo. Oh, he's surrendering. A lot of good it did, poor old Nezor. He's brutally murdered. Rip Baguette. Gambo is no more as well, as they're still making their way into this point. And there's Colo Bock from the 1Y. As they're getting out there and going in for some stabby goodness. Oh, it's Recruit Nick from the 32nd with a fine kill. Followed by multiple diddlings courtesy of that bayonet of the French. Oh, hello. It's Scarhead. Lieutenant of the 70th. Here's Vasquez from the 1st BG. Oh, who's this man all on his own? Recruit Nugget. No, Mugget, I should say. Fine moustache on the Mr. Mugget. Recruit to the 70th. Oh dear. Seaman with a fine mortar kill onto HMS Renown. The crater announcing the occurrence. Something along these lines here. I'm guessing this is where it's come from. It has. There's Seaman. Supported by Farrog. And there is the murdering of choice. And away! Tally ho, boys and girls. Got to be difficult to aim. And there it is. So now he's going to reload. He's going to try and get it forward, maybe 20 feet. He drops it on one of the walls. Or one of these areas that they're defending. And the French have defended the fort. Wow. What a battle. We move on to the next phase. Well, we're back on the next phase. The next stage of the battle. And this is the Battle of Salamanca. And this is the first skirmish. So, with both the French and the British armies retreating parallel to each other, skirmish lines are maintained throughout the prolonged march to keep the opposing side in check. After spotting a gap in the French column of march, Wellington throws his army quickly on the offensive. The skirmish lines trading the first shots of the battle along the line. And look at this. Wellington's army. Old Nosy. And the boys. Not sure what that's supposed to be. I suppose a feeding station or tent. And there we go. The French getting set up. And there is Kincaid, one of the admins, telling everyone to form a double line. Let's go and see the French, shall we? There they are. And they're all forming. They're getting a little bit too close to the horse. Who's that getting close to a horse's ass? It's Soldat Amiga of the 2nd Regiment. Fine horn work from Captain Favre. So let's go back and have a look at the Brits, shall we, if we can find them. Here they are. Look at these guys. Oh, I love that. The way they do that. Holding a flag. Gentleman with the fife. Look at these guys. Don't they look fantastic? So, bit of emergency surrendering there. And there's Kincaid, Major of the 33rd. Looking grizzled and somewhat unshaven. Look at that. Nearly all of them turning about face. They're little noisy buggers, a lot of them. Well, some of them are. So, let's go and say hello to the French, shall we? Oh my goodness, they're afoot. They're out in the field, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are, behind King George, bringing the French army in for the attack. No sign of the enemy in the field yet. But he knows they're out there. He knows the British will march onto the field soon enough to meet. Kincaid having a few problems marshalling the lads. And they're all walking. That's why they press the shift. Keeping the army together. You got like the Major General Peter Parlin walking up and down the lines. There's Anton. There's Louis. And there's Colonel LePage with his boys. Look at these guys. So, we wonder where the Brits are. Now, here are the Brits just about to breach this hill. Where are the French? They've got to be here somewhere. Could that be them? I'm seeing movement. Or could they be round one of the hills? Where are the buggers? Aha! And now the army moves in double quick formation. Look at these guys. Don't they look fantastic? Got to watch them as they fly past. Look at them all. Everyone's organised. Everyone's all playing together. This is what you love about Mountain Blade. Let's go and say hello to the French, shall we? Oh, hello. There's loads of French people. King George. And the French. Spread out from the middle, much like my waistline. This is where it gets a little bit difficult. 5 men spacing between each other. Okay, so that's going to take a little while for them to organise. But there, in the middle... Whoops-a-daisy. And Recruit Panzer has been executed. No more Panzer. It's what happens when you don't follow orders in the French army. Come back, French, you silly buggers. This is where it gets difficult when you're trying to organise something and get them all arranged, get them all sorted. But there is the quarry. Probably maybe 2,000 metres away, possibly. Difficult to say. But either way, quite a lot of them. And speaking of them, here are the little sods. Captain Cedric of the 33rd, marshalling the lads, trying to keep them focused. You may see a lot of head banging and a lot of shouting with C's, and of course a bit of surrender. So these guys getting themselves sorted out. Look at this. Gentlemen with some fine surrendering. We heartily approve of gentlemen surrendering. Good quality surrendering is what we get here in the British Army. Okay, so that's a little bit larger than 5-man gap. But this is the kind of thing they haven't done before, so it's taking a little while for them to get it sorted out. There's Cedric with the horn. Yeah. It's Colonel Spoons of the 33rd. Look at that, the fine commanding officer of the 33rd. That fine beardage on the gentleman. You can see quite spread out now. And those gentlemen continuing with the fifing. Look at this. Okay, both teams, front rank fire. Second rank, advance, look at that. Oh, this is fire in advance stuff, is what this is. Oh, this is glorious, this is beautiful. Oh dear. And fifing. So the second line advances up to 1 point. Whoops, I think some of them have gone too far. There we go. There's the rank firing. And this is the fire in advance. Look at this. Oh, this is fantastic. Never seen this in Napoleonic Wars. And look at this, trying to get them all in a line. Doing the fire in advance. Oh, a little ahead some. But this has never been done before that I've seen. The next line of the Brits moves forward. Let's go and say hello to the French, see how they're getting on. They're waiting. Got a few people out on their own from the 70th. Oh dear. So here you can see the French moving forward as a group. And the fire yet to reach each other. And somebody right in the middle saying, reset Ferrati. Yep, that's not going to happen. But we're getting close to the point where people are going to start hitting each other. So yeah. I think under the circumstances it's probably going to be easier to do this next time by having a flag holder to indicate where the line stops and starts. But either way, a fine effort by both sides to watch the fire and rank being done in Napoleonic Wars with this many people. And then firing on the spot. Here we go. It's kicking off now, boys and girls. Nobody's hit each other yet, but you can see them getting close. And I say there's going to be a mother of all melee oh, for God's sake. There's Max hiding behind a rock. Now, I don't know about you, but that's probably the most conveniently placed rock in the history of the universe. And now... oh, there we go. Little bit of smack talk in the convo, in the chat. There we go. French are told to hold fire and reform around King George. There they go, and down goes Monkey Chop. Monkey Chop killed. Hold fire and reform. Look at this. This is going to be a volley of spectacular proportions. How much damage is it going to do to the British Army? Double ranks, France, double ranks. It's going to take a bit of organising. Can they do it before the British Army is the question. And the guy's trying to get them all sorted. Trying to sort them out into the various regiments. They're used to working with their friends. Oh, the UK have made it for a present. Oh, this could be nasty. The French making it into the line. You can see the double lines. And there comes the fire, and down goes 3 members of the French army. And the fire now returned by the French, but they'd been told to hold fire. And the UK will be advancing into the battle. The French holding fire. There's filthy Mesler. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful to watch? Just look at that. Firing from the left. Oh, so a few people don't know the left from the right. Oh, into the French. Look at that. And the French return the fire into the Brits. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. It's melee time. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. This is so great. And down goes Kid Cage straight at the start. Oh, the life of an admin. Too busy trying to admin the event and he gets murdered while doing so. And look at this. Oh my god, look at that kill feed. Oh, there was a shot in there. Iglesias. Killing Mad Gels. And let's see. 7 versus 29. Oh god. The French are in deep doo-doo right now. What's this out here? A little encampment of Frenches. Vasquez from the 1st BG. Working with his teammate. Oh, it looks like he's gone in for a quick stab. Oh, nice stab in return. And he's going to stab in the bottom. And the French are being finished off. And there you have it. Wow. All I can say to that, ladies and gentlemen, is holy crap. There you have it. That has been a historical line battle hosted by the 33rd. I'd like to personally thank every single member of the 33rd Regiment, the admins, the organisers, and of course all the regiments who have attended this evening, who have made the event an absolute spectacular. Loved it. We'll see you next time for more Napoleonic Wars. Take care, everyone. Cheers, guys.